Hey, welcome to Watch Candy. I'm so glad you were able to join me today. I know I always say that this episode is gonna be special and different than usual, but today is probably the most special and insane episode of all time. And that's because I got interviewed for an article on CNN Style about watches. I can't wait to show you guys, so let's just jump right into it. But before we look at the article itself, let me give you a little bit of backstory because it was a journey. It all started on March 20th when I woke up to this message on the Watch Candy Instagram. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I had no idea what to make of it. Basically what happened is that one of the writers was writing a piece about Gen Z collecting watches and how that's different than a lot of generations before and how that industry has kind of shifted with Gen Z. And they saw the video I released about my vintage watch collection and they reached out wanting to talk about watches. Needless to say, I was absolutely freaking out. I did all sorts of research on the writer, on CNN Style. You know, I had to follow up and make sure everything was legit. After a little bit of back and forth, we were eventually able to set up an interview and wow, it was so much fun. And we left it at that for a few days. Until this very morning, I checked the Watch Candy Instagram and I saw this post on it. And lo and behold, it had snippets from the article with me in it. Look, that's me, that's my name. I'm Evan Fry. That's crazy. You can bet that I jumped right onto the CNN Style website and just devoured that article. Here's the article so all of you guys can see it because I totally want to show this off. I am literally the opening line of the article. That's crazy. But it talks all about how Gen Z collects watches, not out of necessity, but for fashion reasons. A lot of people in Gen Z, not me, but lots of others, don't even use them to tell the time. In fact, they'll even wear watches that don't even work just because aesthetically that's the style that they want. But look, the article talks about some of my favorite watches that I own, like my pink Tag Heuer Carrera, which is this one right here. I know I am exploding with energy right now, but you guys gotta put yourselves in my shoes and think about how insane this feels for me. Considering how general the topic of this article is, being about all of Gen Z's watch collecting habits, it's kind of insane being a big focal point of the article. Like, I'm the face of Gen Z watch collectors now or something. I'm not gonna claim that title, I'm just geeking out. I love how the article also talks about how gendered watches is becoming less and less of a thing, which is a big part of my watch collecting philosophy. It talks about how, for me personally, I wasn't really brave enough to wear more dainty feminine pieces until I saw Timothée Chalamet wearing his Cartier Panthère. I also want to point out that the article talks about why I find vintage watches so appealing. And considering they use direct quotes from me from the interview, I really couldn't have said it better myself. Beyond the fact that it's just super cool to be on a news article, especially something related to an industry I'm deeply passionate about, the chance to reach and inspire more people of my generation or not through this article is deeply, deeply satisfying and is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. So that's about it for today. I just wanted to share with you guys this really special moment for me. Thank you so much for joining. It means a ton. Also, a huge thanks to Leah Dolan, who was the writer of this article, and to CNN Style. This has been one of the most insane, mind-blowing experiences of my life. Please check out the article. It is a very good read. And subscribe to join Watch Candy. I would love to have you, and I will see you next time.